Hi y'all, it's Bohemia with Bohemian Stars and Ocean Heart Readings. We are here to do another Lizzo video. Hey! I had the idea for this one long before I did the other one actually. I made a spread, that's Witchy Pup if you heard that little, I don't know, growl bark. I did a spread based on this song like months ago, and so I was like, you know, waiting. It's long. There's like 14 different cards, and it's, excuse me, based on the lyrics. So we're gonna do kind of an extended read here. If you don't know this song, you gotta know. Even if you know this song, you have to listen to it after you watch the video just to get the full vibe. But I love this song. I love this video. And Baby Magic likes the first few opening notes with the where the piano's playing, and she likes just looking at Lizzo right there when she looks at the camera with her wedding dress on. I wish I could insert clips without having to worry about all the copyrights, okay? But you'll go see. Yes, so I was like, you know what, Taurus season's almost gone and Lizzo's a Taurus. I have to show some love and get this video done for Taurus season. So we have so many picker cards. There's always different channeling and ideas and requests, but this has been on the back burner too long. Actually on the back burner before this song is trending, and now it's on the Hot 100. So this is a song from 2017 and it was in Netflix. Someone Great, I think is the flick, and they did a real good job. It was Gina Rodriguez and other sis who's super cool in that video. I forget her movie, or in the movie I forget her name. And yeah, so they have this scene that's very like, yeah, you with your girl singing a part of the song, getting down on it. And so now it's just like, you probably seen the memes and everything for this. So as Lizzo said, this song, she's finally getting the respect she deserves. And they asked Lizzo, what do you think took so long? And people, and she said, I guess people just weren't 100% that bitch yet to see this. So, you know, she crazy, she's awesome. So I almost had some little food like mukbang options, because I was like, we're saying goodbye to Taurus season, and Lizzo's handle on Instagram is Lizzo be eating, right? So she like a Taurus. She's like, I'm a foodie. I like my food. I be eating, right? She's always having something like that on her stories. She's eating the wedding cake, all devil may care in this video. But we didn't do that. But we have 4 different decks to choose from this time, and they all have, you know, melanation in them. Hashtag, probably made that up. Yeah, so I'm feeling good, feeling giggly. We had a good live last night for the Scorpio full moon. We went into like 2 a.m. We still have our candle lit right here that we lit last night. I haven't put it out, y'all. Still burning. All right, I'm just drinking this little bubbly sparkling water. It's so good though. Like, I didn't even know sparkling water could taste like this, and this is watermelon. It's called Waterloo sparkling water. What do you know about that? So we're going to get into this, and you know what? I will key on the intro as long as I want. Someone was so rude, passive-aggressively, and commented and was like, some constructive criticism. I think it would be appreciated if you just got straight to the reading. I was like, oh, you know, in that part, actually watch the Truth Hurts video, and the part where they start bickering in the music video, you'll see old boy in the audience do the hand to his chest and looking around with his eyes. That's my face right now. Insert that clip. Honey, no, you did not come on my channel with that rudeness. Like some people's kids. Come on now. So yes, just so you know, you come disrespectful, you come talking racist things, colorist things, even if you make a fake profile. That's what some trolls have been doing, making it look like a woman of color and then thinking you can say racist or colorist things under that. You're gonna get blocked. You're gonna get the clap. All right, we don't do that. We're about positivity. We're about getting our lives over here and being respectful. Okay, so and y'all said you like the long videos anyway on the poll, so here we go. Lizzo be eating, or Lizzo be eating. That's her handle. I guess you need to check her Insta. Truth Hurts by Lizzo spread. So we're gonna get into it. This is, let me lower you down so you can get more perspective here. This is the Ghetto Tarot. This is the Urban Tarot. This is the Next World Tarot, and this is the Mermaid Tarot. All right. See if I can get that a little further down, because we're going to be able to need We're going to need to be able, Lord, my tongue, to see the cards for this reading. Go ahead and check your options. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick which one resonates with you for this situation. What's the situationship? Okay, we're about to get the tea. Comment down below what you picked, what you think, how it resonated. Send it to a friend that needs to hear it, right? Send it to the friend that you bumped this song with, right? And I will see you on your option. There should be timestamps below. Information for personal readings. Yes, we do them. Yes, we're getting booked up. Holla. So get your booking in today, and there'll be information for these decks as well. All right, I will see you on your number. Gonna jump into number 1 here with the Ghetto Tarot. Yes, number 1. Now I have them piled style because we have our glorious altar here and we don't have room to do a full huge spread, especially with these big cards. So we're going to kind of lay them out linear and go through our questions. So we're coming to this reading. Lizzo says, I got boy problems. That's the human in me. So we got folks problems, whatever the gender spectrum that you are connecting with. You know, we have some folks problems sometimes, right? That's the human in us. So let's see what we have to say about that. So the problems we could be having in this situation or with this ex or person is not having a give or take. Someone just being so stingy, so closed off, you know, can't even open up to you, can't even, you know, invest too. The 4 Pentacles reverse is where people don't want to invest in us. They don't see it as, you know, worthy of time and space and money and any of that. So that could be a big problem, right? If the person is not feeling like you are worth investing in. You might also be at the point where you're like, no, that's the problem. I can't invest in you. This feels like a waste of time. But then the next card, bling, bling, then we solve them. That's the goddess in you or the divinity in you, all right? Let's see. The 5 of Wands. This is hilarious because this is like, you're like, I can't really make an investment in you, but I see some competitors out there. I see some competitors on the open market out there that I could invest in. All right, bling, bling, divinity in me. Holla. So I think that's a good look. That's how you get back into your divine energy, is realizing there's so many people out there that will compete to invest in you. We don't have to be stuck with somebody who's not investing in us, or to allow it to happen. If you're in a long-term relationship and you watching this is a song kind of about kicking someone to the curb, although it's not the Curb Your Ex reading, that will be upcoming. You know, it is saying that you can put your foot down and let people know, right? I could bounce. I don't have to tolerate anything that is not edifying and building me up in this relationship. Okay, now this song, like I said, this reading is very kind of ex-oriented when you're breaking off from someone. It say you could have had a bad bitch. So what is the bad bitch energy of you that they could have had? You were putting love down. You were putting romance. You were trying to go with the flow, be romantic, be in the flow with them, synchronize, synchronicities, you know, soulmate possibilities, just flow, you know, on that Pisces energy, trying to, like, can we write some poetry? Can we just be little emotional, sensitive, romantic? Is that so much to ask? Can we? Like, yes, I could do that. I could do that for you. All right. Now, how are they supposed to hold? She said, you're supposed to hold me down. How are they? Look, could they at least text you back? Could they text you back more than K? Could they at least communicate and open their mind? Or, you know, could they at least act the intelligence of their age that they should be? You know how sometimes people will play dumb in relationships and they'll try to make you feel bad because, like, oh, you're just the smart one, to like put the weight of all the decisions on you and make you feel like you're just like beating them up intellectually. And so it's like, man, you're supposed to hold me down. You're supposed to, you know, have an opinion and you know, a perspective in this relationship that's helping me, that's balancing this relationship out for us. You're supposed to be helping make decisions to move us forward, having communication here, sharing what's really on your mind. They should have held you down like that. All right, but you holding me back. All right, how were they holding you back? The Tower, they literally not having your back, causing some crazy scandalous situations. For some of you, this person ran you into bankruptcy. This person ran you into the wall. They crashed your car. They got you in trouble with your roommates, with your family. You know, they got you in trouble with your job. They just always had some chaos and craziness. Or when you had situations come up where life hit the fan for you, they were nowhere to be found. They couldn't level up. You're trying to save the sinking ship for both of your lives, and they couldn't be there for you, right? And so they were holding you back in that way. Maybe they always had the chaos. Maybe they always had the emergency situation of the excuse of why their life was so dramatic and so bad that they couldn't be there for you. And just communicate. Just like send me a text. Gee. So, and then she says, why men great till they gotta be great? So this is two parts for us. So why do folks seem great? Like, what seems so great about this person in the first place, right? How did we get caught up? Y'all, I'm crying right now because this is Eight of Pentacles reverse, which is unemployment. You thought they were great because with the tower behind? What? But the thing is, this is true because a lot of that's like a new, like the fuckboy, all genders can be fuckboys, right? The fuckboy thing nowadays can be that couch surfing shit where it's like they date someone so they have a roof over their head, and so some of you got caught up in that. Somehow you were like, you just thought that maybe you thought, oh, like it's great that they don't want to be part of the system. It's great that they're not such a capitalist, or it's great that they stood up for themselves at their job and quit. And but then you were left having to caretake all of this. So somehow some of you too were just drawn to like the dysfunction in them, the fact that they hadn't worked things out. Maybe they couldn't work it out with their past partner, and so being attracted to like third-party situations, or when like the idea that you can fix somebody, that you can be the one who gets it right for a person, can get us really caught up. Some of you thought this person was going to come in and fix you, or you moved in with them, or you know, had them in your life and they were caretaking when you were falling apart and you were on unemployment or needing to like make your life work a little better. So they seemed great for a minute till they had to be great. So how did they fail at being great? They might have just bounced. They might have relocated. Like, it's not like send me your location. It's like send me your relocation. Hello? Are we not in the same county anymore? I thought we were living together. No, but silly. I'm being silly and having some levity, you know, because that's kind of the song is, you know, picking it up and, you know, finding a way to make some jokes and some roasts about this, you know, situation we've gone through. But this could really be like that. They might have gone back to a previous partner for some of you. And some of you, it's that thing where, you know, like you'll see somebody and they don't have no job, they don't have anything like that. They stay with the person, right? And then once they come up and they get a job and they get all this, they leave the person who helped them through all that, because now they got their shine and they're out there trying to floss, and then they just, you know, do the other person dirty. So some of you had to experience that as well. Maybe this person suddenly got a car and then you don't see them because they think they're, you know, above you, like because they finally got a car or something, or, you know, they just progressed in some way and now they're back on the bullshit. They also could have definitely stepped into like a lot of ego, trying to get attention, thinking that they were great, right? Till they had to be great. But how do you put the sing in single, right? She says, ain't worried about a ring on my finger. We have the sun card. Okay, you just shine. You're like Leo energy, sun energy, happiness. You rock it. People think that you chose to be single. Like, it's not really people thinking like, oh, that poor thing, you know. No, people are like, yes, I wish I could be looking like that. Like, you make people who are in relationships jealous that you're single. All right, hair is looking good, you're looking shining, your skin's popping, right? And even if you don't feel like it, you have that energy. You have big single energy that really radiates out. So she says, so you can tell your friend to shoot their shot when they see them. It's okay, they already in my DM. So she's basically saying, tell your friend to go ahead and try to get at me. Oh wait, they're already in my DMs. Ooh, you see how she did that? Ooh. So this card is to see, you know, who around you guys, what mutuals, what friends of theirs, is anyone trying to creep and slide in to the DMs with you now that that connection with this ex is off. So Three of Wands reverse. So I think for the most part, nah, you guys are like, your friends are your friends, my friends are mine, like we're going separate ways. You know, you guys aren't even gonna mix it up like that, okay? Which is probably good. Now she says, shampoo press, get you out of my hair, right? Hair flip again. Check your nails. How you feeling, y'all? Good as hell. Okay. Shampoo press, get you out of my hair. So what can you do to, you know, shampoo press is where you go to the salon, you go with your girls, they take you out. It could be getting your nails done for some of you, or whatever you do, your friends are like, look, we're gonna get you back on your feet, come on, you know, and they have that intervention time where they're trying to get you back to yourself, feeling fly. And so this is what that card is for you. How are you gonna get this person out of your hair? What do you need to do to take that step? Now we have the Three of Swords reverse, and I actually, when I drew this, I was looking at the cards when I drew each of these, and I got very choked up on this one. So it's gonna get serious for a minute, all right? Some people, not everybody, who chose this one have really had a hard time, all right? I think some people have been cutting, not eating, doing self-harm, really being on the edge of their emotional, psychological stability. It's some of you have been in really tough situations with this, and it's been a bit dangerous for yourself. So I think the good news is that you are ready to come out of that cloud in a lot of ways. Definitely feel okay. Your shampoo press, right? Could be time with your therapist, time with whoever it is that gets you back feeling healthy. Mental health is a huge thing with this reading. And so that's an important spot right there, is to get our mental health back, okay? Three of Swords reverse though. So it's where we're no longer wanting to harm ourselves. We're no longer wanting to risk our health, our safety, our sanity for this person, which is beautiful. And I feel like you just need to know that all your scars are beautiful. You don't have to be ashamed of, you know, whatever scars that you accrued during this relationship. I feel like a lot of you, they're physical. You know, some of you, you're like, I had a baby, I have C-section mark, I have stretch marks. Some of you, there could have been physical abuse and there's marks. Some of you, like I said, it could have been self-harm. And so this is just a really deep message on this one, that, you know, your spa day for this to recoup can be real deep, and that's beautiful. And it's beautiful that you're reclaiming those parts of yourself. Now it says, we just keep it pushing like ay, because she says, we don't deal with lies, we don't do goodbyes, we just keep it pushing like ay. So for you to keep it pushing, it's really going on that mental health theme, letting yourself keep it pushing by letting yourself rest, letting your mind stop worrying and thinking about all those horrible things that happened in the relationship, or how they're off with someone else, or how, you know, what are they doing? You know, it can be hard when you're first training your mind to come out of that fearful place and those cycles. And you know, some of you, there was verbal abuse, you know, very nasty things people can say to each other when they separate, or to push someone away. And so one thing that, is important to know is, like, when we go to sleep, whatever we're thinking about, our mind puts into long-term memory. So they said that's why a lot of people can't remember the details of their happiest moments sometimes, but they can remember like their heartbreaks and abuses so intensely because they play them over and over before they go to sleep. But at the same time, each time we remember something, our brain slightly, you know, loses little tidbits of information, is what they say from the, you know, studies of the mind. So it's kind of very important to watch the stories that you let replay in your head. One thing that I learned, because I was like, why is the Three of Swords, like, that's very emotional, right? Heartbreak. Why is it a swords card? And then I realized it's because our heartbreak only continues to exist within our minds, right? Once it's happened and we're away to safety, it only occurs if we're thinking about it, if we replay those memories, right? And yes, that's hard to let go, to let that vibration go from our very bodies, our spirits, our hearts. But once our mind gets a handle on it, then we can be able to release it. So the information here for you to keep pushing, to have your shampoo press, get them out of your hair, is don't break your own heart anymore. You don't need to know, like, tell your mutual, shut it down. I don't need details what they're doing. If you're my friend, you're not going to be feeding me details of what they're doing, even if I break down and ask you. All right? We're not doing their social media. It's detox. All right? Cut and clear. And focus on your health. All right? It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Now, she says, new man on the Minnesota Vikings. What? So who's the new person coming in for you? We have the Page of Machetes, the Page of Swords over here. All right? Somebody who's coming in who has their mind right, who speaks directly, who's a communicator. Okay? This is going to be the person when you're ready who comes in, and this will be someone who is caring about mental health. Now, they're not going to be perfect. It's not the King of Swords. They don't have it perfected, right? It's not saying get with your therapist. No. But it is somebody who cares about communication. They care to know what's on someone's mind. They care to plan and, you know, think and talk things out with you. And I think that's very important. There might be a lot of air signs in this group. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or people who have a lot of Mercury aspects or planets in the air houses, third, 7th, or 11th. Okay, now so then she says, I don't play tag, bitch. I've been it, right? You've been it. So how have you been being it? Sometimes we need to remember who we really are. How have you been being it all along, right? The King of Pentacles. So a lot of you, you're still, you know, you have aspects of your health that are still very good. You could be good at making money. You bring others a sense of stability and security. Taurus energy, right? Big Taurus energy with the King of Pentacles. You might cook good, smell good. You know, you can be good at just like how you decorate your home, how you nest, how you make people feel, good at building a business, have a lot of good business ideas. You have that car is doing the most. Oh my goodness. You know what, y'all? That's why the car did the most, because I craned my neck out of the window in a way I wouldn't. And right here on this little tree stump that was cut down, there is sitting a red male cardinal and the brownish red female cardinal right here. And that's very significant that it's on a tree stump that was cut down. So there's hope and rejuvenation, and your ancestors are with you through everything that you've been through. So this reading, this option's getting a little deep, all right? And that's okay. But that's love and respect and a very beautiful partnership that's there. So trust that you're going to have a loving relationship, because you have traditions, you have values, you have morals and ethics when it comes to relationships and how you live your life. And that is something that is, you know, that's it right there. And then, of course, the most infamous line from the song, she said, you know, she talked about she just did a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100% that bitch, right? So this phrase comes from, you know, a lot of times in our Black culture, Black women, we couldn't, you know, we can't express ourselves without being kind of marginalized, being like, oh, you're being that angry Black woman stereotype, tune it down. So that's how I always heard this phrase coming up, is where it's like, fine, like basically, I'm that bitch then. Like, I'm owning myself. I'm owning what you're trying to weaponize and use against me, because I'm going to claim my space and rock who I am, right? And so for you, what area are you 100% that bitch? All right, look at that. Hand on the hip, sassy, the Chariot, moving forward. You guys could have a very good business mind. You definitely don't take time off of your career, besides more than it takes for your health. But in regards to this person, get back at it. Some of you were in school and studies. Some of you wanted to travel and move yourself. Look, and it's so funny because some of you, they did get a car and they're trying to cruise around and seem cool, and like you're gonna get a better car than them. That might be petty, but you are. Okay. Hair flip, check my nails. How we feeling? Good as hell. All right, we got to check in with each other. So this is like, your home's going to be good. You guys might have, you know, moving. It's just upgrade. Like, you're going to make it to the top. That's success. That's the pinnacle of success up there. The Chariot leads to the World card in tarot. So you are that bitch. You're your own trophy. That's what it is. The Chariot is like when you're your own trophy wife, but you still have all the business smarts and savvy, right? So let this pump you up. I hope you're feeling good. Listen to that song, because that song, like literally, I haven't even been out of a relationship. I feel in a relationship for a while. I feel healed from that. But that song makes me want to date someone and dump them just so I could sing the song. Like I listen to it like every day. So it's going to be good medicine for you. Thank you for tuning in. Let me know what you feel down below. And we will talk to you soon, number ones. Hey. For those of you who chose number 2, we have the Urban Tarot. And we're going to get into it. These readings are a little long, but I'm loving it. It's fun. I'm going to put out this super hit astrology incense because it's smoking me out at this point. But it's good incense. It has a Nag Champa base. Yes. All right, getting into it, number 1. So in the beginning of the song, one of the lines she says is, I got boy problems, that's the human in me. Now it can be anybody, folks problems, right? We're gender spectrum friendly in here, but this is the song from her perspective as she was singing. So what are these relationship problems that have been going on? Let's see. The 10 of Cups. So some of you, this is funny, some of you with satiety. So some of you haven't been satisfied in your relationship, even though everything should be good. Like some people might be like, you're in a perfect relationship. Like what's the problem? You're not happy with, you know, the home and the picket fence and the baby on the way. So some of you have discontentment, and that could be the issue that's been going. So you might have to look at that within yourself and see, are you just running from happiness in general because, you know, you just don't know how to be in contentment and fulfillment? But, you know, this is talking about the boy problems from the other person. So for a lot of you, that's the other person, right? Let's be real. They didn't know a good thing when it hit them. They didn't know how to accept. Now, this is a card for pride, and there's a lot of different gender spectrum energies in this. So it could be that they didn't know how to be happy with something so new and so different, even if it was just the basic concept of having a committed relationship, or if there were other factors such as, you know, there being different genders, races, cultures, nationalities, languages, things like that, that they weren't used to in your guys' dynamic together. But basically, it was just like, you can't have a fairy tale ending. You just don't want to be happy, because this is real good if you would just get your shit together. So that's the boy problems, the human in you. But then, of course, Queen Lizzo says, bling, bling, then I saw them. That's the goddess in me. So the divinity in you, what is the divinity in you solving these problems? The Queen of Pentacles, okay? You're on that queen stuff, right? You're nurturing. This is the matriarch, right? She's like runs the family. She runs everything. This is like the Capricorn woman who's really the boss. And I love that energy of Capricorn, like Capricorn moon, or the Capricorn feminine energy, where it's like the boss and the nurturer at the same time. Like that balance right there. Like, yes, yes. So this is really, and again, the genders don't mean biological gender. This is energies. But this is about you solve it by going out and handling your business and having business and home still flawless, by still upgrading yourself, still nurturing what you've built in your life, having luxury, you know, having everything. Look at that saintly mark around. I never even noticed that little halo, and I've had this for years. How did I not notice? Tarot's funny. Yes, you know, having a whole legacy of people around. So it's like you matter to people, you're running things, your home and business life is going to be amazing. So claim that. That's the goddess in you, okay? So don't make anyone think that you're doing too much or indulging too much, because you're owning it because you deserved it. You put in that work. And then so Lizzo says, you could have had a bad bitch. So what is the bad bitch in you that they just slept on and missed out, right? The Queen, ooh, the Queen of Wands reverse. Your bad bitch did not like being rejected. You're like, I was going to let you tame the diva. I was going to let you have, you know, it's like the roll in the sheets with the celebrity. I was going to let you go there, right? You could have had it all, rolling in the deep of the sheets. No. But they missed out. They missed out. And some of you were like, yes, this is the public defender in this card. But we see that cheetah, that leopard, like, yeah, I was gonna I feel like a lot of you might be very business minded, very put together, very strong, fiery, very in command of your life, and you have a reputation, and you were gonna let this person be in your life and have something with you, and they missed out on that. So I feel like it's kind of like the person scorned. You definitely had some bad bitch feelings about that, okay? She says, you're supposed to hold me down. All right. How were they supposed to hold you down? What should they have been doing? The death card. Some of you, like, this gets real. Some of you could have literally, look at that, literally have gone through health crisis. You might have lost somebody who was near or close to you, or even like, an animal, or, anyone to you that was just significant, that was something they should have been there with you for. And they just did not hold you down through your transformations, your transitions. Some of you just changed in life, and they just couldn't get with it, right? They just could not get with it, and they kind of checked out on you in the time that your heart was there. Look at that, the heart coming out, and they just couldn't transition with you. They should have held you down. They should have been there for you and grown and, had your back. But they did not. So it says, so the next line is, but you holding me back. So how are they holding you back? The Four of Wands, completion. So you got goals, right? You have things to achieve. You have, let me scoot this a little closer if I can, because this deck is a little smaller than the last one. I don't know if I can really get it closer, but I'll just hold it up for a close-up. So some of you put off school. This is graduation day. Some of you put off, a lot of you, like I said, have that business, entrepreneurial, yeah, you might have really gotten sidetracked with your business or school or your responsibilities, kind of business and home, or school and home. Some of you maybe were even going to go ahead and buy a house, or you're going to move in together, and maybe now you have to reevaluate that, how you feel about those things, and just kind of celebrating life and moving forward. So don't let the situations with this person hold you back, right? And I'm getting, some of you have maybe kind of a slightly unrequited, like we never really got together, but we were going to, and so you've been putting your life on hold. It's like, no, go get your house, go get your business, go. Don't hold up for this person. Relocate if you have to, get your degree, just keep going. Don't slow down for this person. So she says, why men great till they gotta be great? So why folks seem great till they gotta be great? So the first part of that, why did this person seem so good to you? Why did they seem good? We have valor, the Seven of Wands. So this person could, they might do some good things in the community. They might be able to stand up and protest and kind of, they might be kind of an anarchist in the same way you are, a rebel in the same way you are, or you admire that in them, that they wanted to do things their own way, that they always kind of make it out, even if it's by the scruff of their shirt, they really had some strength that you admired. You might have seen them stand up for people, or felt like they would protect you or stand up for you, a little bit of a warrior spirit in them. So you were like, okay, all right, yes. Or they made that feeling grow in you, in yourself, and see that you could care about things in the world, or care about people in this kind of fierce, protective way. Okay, but till they had to be great. How did they fail at being great? We have the Page of Pentacles reverse. It's the kindergarten teacher in this deck. So they might have failed at school. Some of you, it's really like they didn't do good at school, or they threw off, you're doing well in school in some ways. Some of you, they dropped the ball once children came into the picture, because a lot of this has been about family, home. There was a pregnant person in the first card. So some of you, it's like when they said they wanted all this, right? A lot of people do that. Oh, I want to have kids. Let's make a baby, da, da, da. And then it happens, and where'd they go? Till they had to be great, right? So that could definitely be it. Some of them, it was just when it came to putting that down payment down, putting that investment, that money, right? Making a real life, they just fell short. All right. And then we have, okay, so she says she puts the sing in single. How are you putting the sing in single? Let's see. the Three of Swords. Some of you are having a hard time with that, of cutting it off and letting yourself be single moving forward. We had the Three of Swords in the previous reading too, and this one is very intense as well, as we see the razor blades and things there. It's a very serious card in this deck. So you might want to watch number 1 when we talked about that. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, getting outside of yourself, reaching out to people as much as you can. And I know we need to check on each other, because when people are really in that negative space, you're not thinking of reaching out because you're feeling like you don't have value. So if this is your way of reaching out to the external world, you have value, even if it feels so embarrassing. And look, I'm a single mother, right? I'm a single mother, and some of the things have been really hard. There's been a lot of just really bad things that I've been through, and I relate, I understand. Sometimes it's so hard. So this is just truly like letting you know you can get through it. Even if this relationship caused you to be without a home and you're going through houselessness. Let's see some of the themes here. Some of you are having to go through pregnancy alone. Some of you are having to redo your business, trying to get on your feet, trying to figure out how to work and provide. Your finances are in disarray from this situation. Some of you are having to go through custody battles, and maybe you even were like having like surgery, or again, someone had passed away at this time. You might have gone through miscarriages, some of you, or very painful C-section. So, you know, there's just a lot, you know, there's a spectrum of energies here. And even if you're like, well, I didn't have any of those events, the effect of the Three of Swords is personal. We can't tell someone else what is Three of Swords to them, and that's very important to remember and to have compassion and empathy with. You know, we don't know what makes someone go into Three of Swords space. So you have value, and there is definitely happiness to be had. You're an amazing, strong person, and I think you might just be very drained, and you've had a lot of betrayal and a lot of heartache at this time, and it's important to remember those other parts of yourself as well. And I really hope that this reading is doing that for you, so that you can go and put the sing in single and know that you have value. All right. So let's see. It says, she says, you can tell your friend to shoot your shot when you see him. It's okay. He already in my DM. So she talking crap. She's like, oh yeah, tell your friend to come hit on me now that I'm single then. After you betrayed me. I said, oh, never mind. He's already in my DM. So who's trying to slide up in the DM? Yeah, see, look. Look, and I think these cards were reversed in number 1, which is interesting in the positions, if I remember correctly. I know they both came up. So for you, things are going to be okay, especially those of you who are concerned about children. But just in general, you're going to get back to feeling light and happy again. And there's other people that see that in you. Like, people are like, yes, is it a question? Of course I would want to date them. Of course I would want to be in their life. Are you kidding me? I feel like there's even people who are like, yes, they would love to raise your child. They would love to be a part of your family and have something special with you, you know, have a child with you, you know, grow, maybe spend, I'm seeing people who are still in school, like doing summer college abroad trips and stuff. So whatever level that you're on in your life, this is very general reading. It's like, yes, and yes, of course we would want to, you definitely have interest from people that already even know you. So don't feel like, you know, if you're feeling embarrassed, like everyone around who knew us, like, you know, is gonna know that this happened, and man, that sucks, and no one's into me. Like, people are into you, even in your current mutual local situation there, okay? Let's see. So that, oh yes, shampoo press, get you out of my hair, she says. So shampoo press, that's when you go to the salon, right? Like we said, hair done, check my nails, how you feeling? Feeling good as hell. That's her other song, Good as Hell. And that's the check-in that we're using throughout this video as well. And so this is about, you know when people, your friends, come and do a little intervention, and they're like, okay, come on, we got to get you feeling good. Let's go dancing. Let's get our nails done. Let's go to the gym. You know, whatever it is, we're going to come over and have our own little food eating show, Netflix, and stuff our face, whatever it is. So this is, how do you get them out of your hair? What's some self-care and kind of getting back to yourself, right, to do? I'm cracking up because it's like, take it to church. Some of you are going to go to your place of worship, your place of spirituality. Some of you, I'm hearing that it could even be the forest. It could be nature. It could be an actual church. It's so funny though, because we're in the world of Lizzo with this reading. And Lizzo has a music video she shot in the church, but it's called Excuse Me. And excuse me as while I feel myself, okay? It's about self-pleasurement. So all I can say is take it to church, okay? To Lizzo church. So you guys might have to relearn yourself, all right, in a very intimate way. Get back to your core values, to your core beliefs. You might need to kind of reconnect. This is a card of ancestors as well. And there is the energy of kind of confessing, but in a way that is just for your own healing and cleansing. You might just need to talk it out with us, you know, a higher force, a spiritual force, and feel heard. Like, man, this is where it hurt. This is where it sucked. This is where I didn't know if you were, you know, having my back, ancestors. This is, and just talk it out. Maybe write it for some of you and just kind of go through a spiritual cleansing. You might have something within your traditions. Like I said, you might do a cut and clear candle. You might have a spiritual bath. You know, so you might have certain prayers, something that will root you in your traditions, in who you are, and remind you who you are and get you feeling solid again, okay? Okay, so then how do you move on from this? She says, you know, we don't deal with lies. We don't do goodbyes. We just keep it pushing like, ay, ay, ay. All right, so how we keep it pushing right here? Kick them to the curb. Kick them to the curb. This is the Hermit card. So some of you, it's been difficult because maybe you share housing or something, and those are like hellhounds back there, the triple-headed hellhounds. Sometimes, you know, the triple-headed dogs or dogs are shown at the crossroads with like Hecate and Papa Legba. They can show being at the crossroads, right? So if you had to go, if you had to make them go to the left, and you needed to go to the right on your path, you have to be okay with that and keep moving on your own solitary path and let them deal with what they put themselves into. And it's not that you have to be cold or mean, but it's just time, basically. Sometimes there's a lot of people nowadays, I know finances are hard, stuck in really unhealthy relationships, still living with their ex and stuff, and it's hard to get out of that and move on. But like, I see a lot of shared housing for some of you with the house card, the family cards, and things that are here. So this is letting you know, like, no, keep it pushing. Go ahead and get out there and don't feel responsible for what this other person's life is now. You know, like everyone made their decisions with things, right? So Lizzo says, new man on the Minnesota Vikings. Hey. So she was like leveling up who she was with. So who is the new person? This is so funny because y'all, literally, it's like your ex was so bad that all you have to do to level up from them is just get someone who's not a disappointment. It's disappointment reversed. Y'all. Roast. Like, all I have to do is find someone out that I'm not just basically disappointed in, and it will be an upgrade, okay? Oh my gosh. So 5 of Cups reverse, and this one is like breaking plates, right? Breaking all the dishes. Sometimes the cup, you just have to stop looking at the cup half full, right? Like, and trying to get into that disillusionment of that happy ending when it's not going to happen, and there's pain, and just it's too broken, and you just have to break the dish and stop trying to see it as half full. But that's a good thing to do sometimes. So this new person who's coming in for you is going to have that effect where you're just like, forget those old stale half full, half empty cups. Like, shoot, I got a whole new china cabinet over here. A tall drink of water. All right. So then she said, I don't play tag. Bitch, I've been it, right? Sometimes you got to remember who you were before and throughout this relationship, those parts of ourselves that we forget. So what are the parts of you that been it? We got the Queen of Cups, the therapist, right? So you're like, man, I'm needing this healing, and I've been the healer. I've been the lover, the one that was compassionate. Maybe this person came and laid all their sorrows at your feet. Like, you know, you feel like, man, you gave me gray hairs with all your life being crazy, and you couldn't nurture me and be here for me. Like, you are someone who's been the lover. Like, that is like your superpower, right? That's where it's at. That's it for you, is how much compassionate and love and romance and creativity that you can have. So it's time to pull that back, right? Pull all that energy, call it back to yourself, and so you have that sense of wholeness. So of course, the most infamous line from this song, is how she starts the song, and that's how we're going to end the reading. She says, I just did a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100% that bitch, right? Even when I'm crying crazy. So, like I said, and I'm going to say it on everyone because I didn't say it in the intro, that phrase, that bitch, coming from, you know, Black culture, from Black women, right? We can be very marginalized for how we express ourselves, who we are, you know, very kept in boxes by society. Oh, you're having an attitude, you're acting too angry, you're being too much. And so that bitch is like, fine, then I guess I'm that bitch, right? It's a reclamation, it's a claiming your space and saying, well, you know, I'm gonna be me right now, and I'm going to express what I need to express and handle what I need to handle. So how do you claim that space of your, you know, claim yourself? What area are you just that bitch in? We have the Five of Wands. Some of you need to fight for your rights in this situation. Look at that look, right? You need to, like I said, some of you, there's custody battles. There could be, you might be like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna move out and not have a home or something, and really the other person should be moving out. Or you might be sacrificing your business, your schooling, all these kind of things, your health, and this is like, nah. You need to own your space and fight the good fight. You are worth standing up for. You are worth fighting for your mental health, your emotional health, your finances, your security. You are worth fighting for what you have invested in, and making sure that you have that respect, all right? Through all the strife, even though I think this pile, y'all don't like to have confrontation, like you can do it in a cool business way sometimes, but once you get into your feelings, it's hard to address confrontation and do it in a way, unless you're triggered and then you just feel emotionally crazy all over the place, right? Yes, so this is like, no, it's all right. It's all right to put the pedal to the metal, right? So listen to this song. She's going to give you some oomph. She's going to give you some powering up to handle the situation and put your fierce boundaries up. And, you know, this is like, you ain't even worried about competition. You can go pound for pound. Like, what? Hair flip. Check your nails. How y'all feeling? I hope you're feeling good as hell. Let me know what you thought of this reading. It was a fun check-in inspired by the song. Definitely watch the music video. It's one of my favorites. My favorite from Lizzo. And I will talk to you soon. Subscribe and all that goodness. All right, I think number 3 was the next World Tarot. Okay, for those of you who chose number 3, we have the next World Tarot. And yes, getting into the spread inspired by the songs, one of the first lyrics that is going to inspire a card draw, she says, I got boy problems, that's the human in me. So this is, we got folks problems, whoever you are, relationship, situationship problems, the human in you. So what are these problems that we're having? The Seven of Wands. These cards are glossy, so it might glare a little bit. I'm sorry about that. The Seven of Wands, courage, Mars, and Leo. Now, this is somebody who's trying to hold space against, you know, weaponized riot gear police, right? So with this, it could just be like this person fights you tooth and nail. Like they see their partner as somebody who is against them, right? Like it's just, you can't have peace with them. You keep trying to find a sense of peace and there's always going to be a problem, even though they're not supposed to use that energy towards you. The Seven of Wands, like, can we stop fighting each other and, you know, fight towards a common goal, right? Mars and Leo, courage. So there can be a lot of ego issues and just like a lack of being able to have peace. The black and white candles are also trying to create protection and ground and call in like the spirit energy and the earth energy to like protect you and be a force field around you. So yeah, there's just a lack of feeling like safe and secure. There might be overly like displays of kind of aggression or temper at times, and so that's a problem. But Queen Lizzo says, bling bling, then I solve them. That's the goddess in me. So what's the divinity in you that's going to solve the situation? We have the Six of Pentacles reversed, and it says Moon in Taurus and redistribution, right? So they're left with all this, but it's reversed for you. So for you, the goddess in you, the divinity in you is not worrying about handling other people's shit, not worrying about handling your ex's shit, handling this person, like done, tapped out. It's too much, you know? I can't do anymore for you in this situation. I can't sit here and fight you and try to give everything to you anymore. You got to reclaim that space. Take a drink of my watermelon water. Okay, now the other line that she says is, "You could have had a bad bitch." Right? So what is the bad bitch they missed out on coming from you? The Seven of Pentacles reversed. I feel like you were ready to go. It says Vision, Saturn, and Taurus. Very Taurus energy. You were ready to go. You were ready to rush in, not ask questions like, okay, let's go. I'm ready to have kids, ready to get married, ready to be in love, ready to move forward on this relationship. Let's do it. Like, you were just ready to suspend all that cynicism and doubt and try to jump into it. And they slept on that. Like, how are they going to sleep on that? And so it says, you're supposed to hold me down, but you holding me back. So how were they supposed to hold you down? What did they slip up where they should have been holding you down? We have the Messenger, which is the Hierophant. Again, Taurus. Man, y'all have a lot of Taurus energy in this. A Venus energy and Taurus. This is the Hierophant. So this is like, you just need them to be your backup person. Right? This is like, could you just support me while I do all my work out in the world and stand at my podium? Was that so hard? Could you at least just made a sign to show that you supported me? The message, the life I'm trying to live. Could you at least just co-sign what I say and what I'm trying to do in my life? Was that so hard to just, you know, get with it? I feel like also morally and ethically very, very different. There could be some things that really just grated at your spirit that they just, even if they said that they were agreeing with you, maybe they didn't walk the talk, you know what I mean? So they didn't hold you down in that way. But you're holding me back. How were they and potentially are they holding you back? We have the Ten of Cups reversed, safety, Mars and Pisces, but this is reversed. So there's no sense of safety with them. You know, there's no safety net. There's no Mars and Pisces too. Especially reversed, Ten of Cups reversed is huge disillusionment, like where we just keep hanging on because, oh, I'm sure you're a soulmate, I'm sure it's going to work out one day, but I want my happy ending, and we're trying to cast that person in the role. And so that's what is or was really holding you back about this person, is trying to make them fit kind of that mold. And Mars and Venus and Pisces are two placements that can really, really, like, just pick the worst partners. Let's be honest. People who are just not into healing, extremely toxic, dysfunctional in every way. So that could have been the thing, is trying to kind of gaslight yourself and feel like this situation is this most wonderful thing and you're defending it to others. It's going to be amazing. We have the soul connection, it's love, and it's really like nothing like that, like smoke and mirrors, right? So she says, why men great till they gotta be great, right? So for us, why do folks seem great till they gotta be great? So what seems so great about this person when you got in with them? We have completion, Saturn and Sagittarius, the Ten of Wands. So you might feel like they could handle a lot in life. Maybe you probably felt like they knew a lot or had a lot of experience. Like, I don't know, some of you liked that they were kind of burdened down in some way or had a lot on their plate. Maybe it felt like they made room for you, or that they took some of your burdens onto themselves a little bit at first. Like, they definitely seemed like they understood a lot of things. Some of them, they had completed like college and stuff, and that was very attractive to you. Some of you, are you talking to a professor? What? Were you trying to get with your professor? All right. Moving along. All right. But they could have taught or been in some kind of profession of education for some of you. Or some of you, I even get, they could have been kind of like a false guru or done some guru kind of stuff. So you were like, all right, I think I can learn from them. And, you know, feel like you could... like you didn't mind doing the task that they laid out because you felt like you were going to get some knowledge and some soulmate connection from them. All right. But they seemed great till they had to be great. So how did they fail at being great? The Seven of Cups, because it was an illusion, right? Venus and Scorpio, imagination. And enter SpongeBob, imagination, right? Till you realize it was smoke and mirrors. Yes, it's cohesive in the reading, right? And you're just like, you are not the fantasy that you projected or I projected, that we projected. Like, what is going on here? Let's see. So then though, it says I put the sing in single. So how do you put the sing in single? How you doing being single? Let's see. Queen of Swords. The Throne of Truth, because the truth hurts, right? look, you're owning it, but you ain't trying to just rush into anything else, right? You're just gonna sing this song over and over. That's kind of your space as far as your relationship goals moving forward. Limp Wristed says on her shirt instead of Limp Biscuit. Yes, so you just like, you have a lot of wisdom and knowledge. You are definitely could be very picky when you're single. You can counsel everyone else, but you also know why you steer clear of a lot of the bullshit, because when you're in relationships it gets so crazy. Maybe you have like Neptune in your 7th house or something, and it just you get so far gone in relationships that when you're single, like, you will be cold as ice. You don't care. Like, you're gonna have to make me work for, like, you're gonna have to work to break me out of this energy, because I'm not trying to get caught up again. So Lizzo says, you can tell your friend to shoot their shot when you see him. It's all okay. He already in my DM. And it's so funny because on the live version, she like screams that part, like she gets mad when she performs it. She's like, he already in my DM, and she throws the bouquet because the video is like a wedding theme. And I feel that with your guys. It's like that, the aggressive live version of that line, like, he already in my DM. So let's see, are there any mutuals trying to be in your DM? What is the mutual energy? What's going on with that? The 8 of Pentacles. Yes, you might still have business with some people. Maybe you guys were co-workers. You might work with some mutual people that they knew. It could be a Virgo, Sun in Virgo creation. So if you are kind of like working with one of their friends or their cousins or their play cousins or something, or still in the mutual circles, there could be somebody who's going to try to work it out with you that is mutually acquainted with them. Or if you have someone who's been in your DMs but they're pretending it's about work things, and you know they're affiliated with your ex, like maybe they're a Virgo or have Virgo placements. Like, that's how Virgo placements will hit on you. They'll get in the door, especially Mars and Virgo, by being like, oh, did you have that homework assignment? Like, I had one Mars and Virgo, and he would just ask me stuff like, he would see what I was interested in and then ask me like practical things about it. Like, so do you know how to make organic incense? Like, it was like a Virgo, Mars and Virgo's way of trying to hit on the Pisces, right? So, and that's cool. Okay, get it, Virgos. But yes, you might see someone in your DMs or trying to hit on you mutually, in that way. So she says, shampoo press, get you out of my hair. All right, so shampoo press is all about going to the salon, de-stressing, right? Cleaning that crown chakra, getting that energy off. How do you recover right now? What's going to be your spa day to get this person out of your hair? You know, when your friends intervene, they take you to the movies, take you to the nail salon. What's the suggestion here that you should do? We have the Fool. They're like, just get out of there. They're at a bus stop. It said nowhere. Just getting on a train to nowhere is better than staying around this person. Saturn and Aquarius. Like, can we be honest? Can we be real? Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. All right. Some of you might do work with animals. You could definitely go out and do some, you know, go to an animal shelters, things of that nature. But I feel like doing kind of modern day kind of walkabouts where you just like get on the bus and just go. Even if you don't take the bus, like you're in the city, see where you end up. Just jump on a bus, go somewhere. I mean, you know, take Lyft or something. See what, maybe you end up at an art museum. You end up on a different side of town. Just like take yourself on, just completely like shake up your energy. Completely different places and situations and scenarios. And that's going to help get this person out of your energy field, because they can't calculate for that, right? Our energies subconsciously stay trying to tap into each other sometimes, especially with messy breakups and stuff. And so if you shake that up and you level up and you go to a different vibration, or just get into a different vibration in the interim, then they can't be picking up on that, and your energy can't be obsessing about theirs. So she says, we don't deal with lies. We don't do goodbyes. We just keep it pushing like, ay. So how do you keep it pushing? All right, look, the 6 of Swords, get out of town. Some of you have moved for this person. It's like, you don't need to stay there. You don't have to stay there just because you moved there for them. Get a move on, hit the road. Passage, Mercury and Aquarius. Some of you are gonna be like, you know what? I'm going road tripping. I'm going backpacking. I'm going international. I see that for y'all. Time to go. Let's go, boo. Get your stuff. She got the thermos and all these different things. Time to go. Keep it pushing, literally. You know, keep it going. Not in a negative way where you're like running yourself into the ground, but adventure awaits. And the Six of Swords is about safe transition. So if you have been worried that you're not going to be able to move or escape this person for some reason, you will be able to have that safety and support that you need. It will come through for you. The funds, everything you need to take what you need with you, it will happen. Trust on your friends and connect with those that you connect with on the internet and let them know, because these are both Aquarian cards. You might not want to say anything because this is Saturn and Mercury together, and that conjunction can hold back our communication and what we want to express. No, it's like, be like the Fool. The Fool says, hey, anybody resources? I want to go here. What suggest? Oh, couch surf? Oh, you got a place that I could house it for 6 months on the Riviera? Okay, cool. You know, open up your energy field of possibilities. It's time for you to explore and be more experimental. Keep it pushing. Yeah. Okay, so she says, new man on the Minnesota Vikings, right? I take a knee, but hey. So for the song. And he's so cute, the guy who plays like her, the dude in the song. He's got this cute little hat on. So who is new coming up for you? Relationship. You know this is the tea you wanted. The King of Wands. It could be a Leo. The Throne of Fire. They gave you the throne, fire signs. Are you happy? Hair flip. Check your nails. How you feeling? Feeling good as hell. All right. So it could be Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Could also be fire moons or risings. Absolutely. Could have some Scorpio in the chart. I'm seeing the Ouroboros with the snake here. I'm also getting a little bit Virgo, probably because Virgo and Gemini. So a mix of energies, but I think those energies will be in this person's chart. There definitely is someone who will come in that will level up. The King of Wands, if they're a person we're moving to after a relationship, they're definitely that. They feel like a dramatic level up. They make everyone say, ooh, who's that you were talking to? They get that kind of reaction when we show their account to our friends, right? They're like, oh, they do what for a living? They just travel where? Oh, they're cute. Oh, they look good. You know, how are they single? They look so good. You know, so this is like, you know, you got someone coming in that's going to be, you know, but I feel like this person also has depth because they're sitting here and they're basically, they really are the magician, because they even have the roses and the color lilies, which are typically of the magician. They have a different version of the luminous gate. So in this one, the magician's basically the King of Wands on here. So in a fire energy. So this is a very, very powerful self-manifester, going places, could definitely own their own business, be an entrepreneur, travel for a living, very dynamic, has a heightened spirituality that they're very passionate about, really takes time to do their own thing. So they do kind of drift off and go do their own thing sometimes. But yeah, so there's some, keep your eyes open. All right. Yes. So then it says here, she says, sorry, I forgot, I need to get this one here. I put one of your cards away on accident. Okay, so she says, I don't play tag, bitch, I've been it. So what parts of you do you need to reclaim and remember who you are? The part of you that's been it this whole time, right? We get a little discombobulated, we forget who we were. Let's elevate ourselves, pull ourselves back to ourselves, okay? So what's the part of you that's been it? We got the Hermit reversed. It says Earth, Virgo, and Mercury on here. So you haven't always been this person that's at home with bad lighting, you know, pallor of not getting enough sun, being all alone, trying to, you know, do Rubik's Cubes by yourself, you know, not having, maybe your home isn't very furnished and just kind of just feeling down and out. This is reversed. Like, no. You are deserving of comforts, of true communication, of going out into the sun, right? And living and thriving. And that's a part of you that you need to remember, okay? You're not just some hermit put away from society that no one truly wants to connect to. So take that storyline out your head, out your mind. That's not a truth. That is your truth. Your truth is that you are worthy. You have a lot of wisdom that you offer others, and that you are welcome. So basically the opposite of this, which is where you have value and yeah, you could be like a really good communicator, right? Mercury? Yes. And Virgo definitely adds value to our community. Like, we couldn't function without Virgo energy, right? Like, Virgo is just so pertinent to the balance of astrological energy. So remember that about yourself, okay? Don't feel like you're basic just because you know how to handle your shit. Reclaim handling your shit, right? And doing all the day-to-day and having your wisdom and that autonomy that you have without feeling like you are outcast or just like alone and unwanted. You're just very strong and very good at handling being with your own energy, right? Or you have the ability to develop that if you feel like you have only just gone from like living with person to person and haven't really developed it yet. For those of us who are younger, well, even some people who aren't younger, maybe you got married very young and you were married for a long time, you have more self-realization than you realize that's there. So that's exciting to tap into. Now, her most infamous line from the song is, "I just took a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100% that bitch." So I've been saying it in every reading. That bitch, of course, comes from Black culture, Black women. And the phrase, how I always heard it coming up, it's more recently become trending, but it's basically like, as Black women, we can't fully express ourselves without being marginalized and demonized and like, oh, the angry Black woman, because you dare showed your opinion and passion or spoke up, against things that were hurting you or your community, right? And so that bitch is reclamation. It's like, well, fine, I guess I'm 100% that bitch then, right? It's like, I'm gonna own this energy. I'm gonna be in my power. I'm gonna handle what I need to handle. And you need to know, you're trying to, like gaslight me, trying to psych me out of, standing in my power right now. Well, I guess I'm 100% that bitch, right? So it's a powerful statement. As much as it's funny, there's memes, there's depth and meaning from things, slang and stuff that comes from Black culture, right? So for you, now that this phrase is, I just want people to know the history and root of that phrase so there can be some respect on it, respect on the community it come from. So applying this now in the larger sense, in which ways are you 100% that bitch, handling your stuff, holding in your power? All right, let's see. We got the Queen of Cups, all right? The throne of emotion. That's when you're that bitch. That's when you're in your power. Don't apologize for having emotions, feeling sensitive. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energies, right? Look at that. Walking your path of weird, doing your own thing. It's so funny because I've seen this person. I know this person. I've seen them before. This is real people that were used in this deck too. So I know I've met this person. But look, this person's up for anything. I feel like you can be in that place where you don't judge people. You don't have to you let people be who they are. You can be more compassionate when it's others having things, healing or recovering or finding different parts of themselves and trying to figure out the whole picture. So it's like, no, you need to be that bitch for yourself. Have that compassion, express who you are. Like, this person's like walking around with a stuffed dog or maybe a real dog on them, having tea with a kraken. Like, don't be afraid of your spiritual gifts. Come with the Queen of Cups, tuning in, your tea time. Look at that treasure box back there, right? You have hidden gifts and treasures. Don't be afraid to express these parts of yourself and be sensitive, be emotional, be creative, be feeling and empathetic, because that is amazing. All right, that's you doing you. So I hope you like this reading and it was fun and just a different way to look at things. Watch the video, even if you've seen it before. If you haven't, check into it and let me know down below how you feel. Like, share, subscribe, comment, send it to a friend that you can go hype on with this song, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, for those of you who chose number 4, the Mermaid Tarot, we got song lyrics that we're pulling cards for. So one of the first ones we're going to do, and she says, "I got boy problems, that's the human in me," right? And this is situation problems, situationship problems, relationship problems, folks, so it's not just boys, it's just her experience. So we'll expand it for the spectrum. So what are these relationship problems that are coming up because of the human in you when you're dealing with this person, these problems that they're bringing up? 10 of Cups, they're just too much. They're doing too much. They're burdening you, putting it all on you. It's like trying to navigate through lava. Like this mermaid has to go through lava with all this burden on their shoulders. Everything is placed, on them. It's almost like this person brings up your own personal hell to deal with. Right? That's some big problems right there. And just feeling almost like just suffocated and oppressed. And, sometimes it's weird because we're like, relationships can be weird to talk to someone else about, because then they're like, well, why are you in that relationship? But usually we don't know just how much it's going to get like that when we first get into it, right? And then pretty soon we're like, oh my gosh, like this relationship feels like torture. And that's the problem, right? This person can really just make you feel that way. They also might just carry a lot of their own stuff and always be in this very tortured, unavailable, overly stressed and vexed kind of place. But Lizzo says, bling bling, then I solve them, the problems. That's the goddess in me, right? So, what is the divinity in you, and how are you going to solve these problems? Look, look, some of you trying to solve the problems by getting knocked up, not with the person you having all the drama with, all right? I don't think that's the situation, because the Seven of Pentacles waits for the right situation to invest their seed in, okay? Whether child or business or plants or whatever. So I think for you, leveling up is waiting it out and finding the right person that is deserving. Some of you are chomping at the bit to get to the next level. Engagement, moving in, submitting things, or cementing relationships before you get out of college, starting a business together, having children, whatever it is. I'm even hearing having grandchildren. So maybe you want to be with someone and they have kids. Maybe you didn't have kids and you want to rush that relationship because they, and that's part of it, is feeling part of that family. So this is saying like the goddess in you is waiting before you give your body, your home, your investments, your money, right? People do crazy things in love. Some people, they fall in love and all of a sudden they use their little bit of savings or their little inheritance that they got to put down payments for the other person and all this, and then it can lead you to this position where all of a sudden like you feel like you can't leave them. There's so much burden and like the oppression of having like just codependency in your relationship, right? Intermingled everything so much. All right. But Lizzo says, you could have had a bad bitch, right? Because this is mostly for exes, this reading, right? When we're separating from someone. So what was the part that they could have had you? Like, what did they miss out on? Let's see. You were the Queen of Pentacles. It's funny because each reading has cards from the reading before it, but in different places. They could have had the Queen of Pentacles. What? Right? You're out here trying to handle your business. You're trying to, again, plan, make investments, make legacies, like, right? Handle your life. Build some finances and wealth. Live a healthy, sensual life. They missed out. They could have had it. And so she says, you're supposed to hold me down, but you holding me back. So how are they supposed to hold you down? Where did they slip up? Ace of Swords, communication again, reversed. So this person really, really didn't communicate some things. You might have found out some secrets, some white lies, untruths, that kind of, the whole spectrum. You might have found out about some bad gossip or past things. You might have found out some legalities or something. Excuse me, I needed some drink after all this reading. Some of you, it's almost like there could have been some kind of sneak attack, sneaky stuff with some kind of paperwork, insurance, divorce papers, purchases. Yeah, so it's like they should have had your back. And some of you went through things like that and they didn't have your back. Maybe you had to go to court for something, or you had to go through surgery, some of you. Maybe you had just different things that they should have been supportive of with you and let you communicate and talk about that. And I feel like communication was a big issue with this. Okay, but so they should have held you down there, but they're holding you back. Hi, baby. Baby Magic is up. If you can hear the pitter patter of her little feet. Are you waking up? Did you have a good sleep? Yeah. She picks up some of her snack that was right here from the live last night, or 2 o'clock this morning. Okay, so, but you holding me back. So how are they holding you back then and now? Stressing, insomnia, just like maybe you guys were up late nights, didn't know where they were, they didn't text, they didn't let you know, they didn't communicate about what it is, what's our connection going to be, are we going to get together, are we not? I feel like a lot of you were on the side. Even when you were in the relationship, you still felt you were like married and still feeling like the side person, like, man, like, are we ever going to talk about priorities 10 years later? Are we ever going to talk about priorities? So a lot of stress, anxiety. A lot of you may even have developed kind of negative sleep habits or breathing habits since this relationship. So that's how it's holding you back. You got to reclaim your mind. Absolutely. So why, she says, why men great till they gotta be great? So we're gonna, broaden that again. Why do folks seem great until they gotta be great? So how did this person seem great at the beginning? The strength reversed. So you probably thought, oh, this person, they have all their vices handled, maybe they worked out, they look good. Like, I feel like they're an upfront person. Everything's, nothing's too hidden with them. They got a good hold on their ego, maybe. Or at least you thought you could handle that kind of energy. So yeah, they look good. I'm like seeing someone scroll through Instagram. Oh, this person works out. They have a healthy sense of confidence. They got some, little community connection. So it seemed like they had, gotten over the worst parts of the strength card where we're fighting ourselves and there's all this behind the scenes, right? So they seemed great till they had to be great. So where did they slip up not being great? So when it came to it, yeah, some of you, I'm literally getting that some of you might have been in a situation where they needed to physically defend you and they just didn't. Like, how Kevin Hart says, like, he will run if someone tried to, like, beat up his wife. But Kevin Hart's a whole nother story, okay? All right. But this is that Leo energy. It's like, okay, I thought I was getting this loyalty, this investment, that you were going to fight for me, all this, all that. Yeah, isn't that how Leo's supposed to be? Yeah. And then, like, they just didn't show up. When push came to shove, they're just like, oh, shoot, I got to bail. Or they just... there was no follow through like that to help you get through to this next level to fight for the relationship, okay? So how do you put the seeing in single? All right, we got the Lovers card reversed. So some of you, you're not really trying to date like that. I think you have the vibe where others are drawn to you, but oh, you're gonna sing the song? She knows the song. You gonna sing it? Good job. Oh, good singing. She does say, she says single, huh? I think that's what she was trying to do. How she does that. Yeah, is that what you were trying? Good job. That was a good job. So how do you put the singing single? So yes, it has the Lovers reverse. So I think a lot of you, you're just like, man, like, I'm trying to get over this relationship. Like, you're not even really seeing yourself as single. And it's reminding me of one of those posts where it's like, stop acting like you're in a relationship when you're single. Like, they're not here. You're being loyal to somebody and you're not even with them anymore, or you never were with them, or you were on the side, or, that's harsh, I know, but it's like, you gotta live life. You gotta put the sing in single, right? Even Baby Magic's trying to get you there, okay? Yes. So then Lizzo says, you can tell your friend to shoot the shot when you see him. It's okay. He's already in my DM. So basically tell your friend he can holler at me being, ooh, she was putting the salt on it, right? Oh, actually, never mind. He's already in my DMs, right? So this is like what mutuals are checking. Sometimes, these situations can be messy when we're getting out of it. Their friends start hitting on us. Someone else wants to get with us from the group that we know. So what's going on with that? Yes, so it's going to be slow, but I do think that somebody from a mutual situation will end up, or at least they want to kind of talk to you, but it's like, it's real low key. So I don't even know if you've gotten the message yet, or at least they think that they're really hiding it. If you're like, yeah, they were obvious, they messaged me 2 days later, they messaged me an hour later after we broke up, they think that they think you don't have a clue. They think they're flying under the radar smooth, right? And for some of you, they are. You're like, my inbox is dry. It's because they're just trying to, give time for grieving and all that, and so that they don't come off so thirsty. But it's there. They're trying to defrost, okay? They're waiting for you to, give a sign that you will let them come and kiss the sleeping beauty after the separation. Mama, help you? Here you go, baby. You celebrate? Yeah. All right. So then she says, shampoo press, get you out of my hair, right? So you go to the salon, you get your crown chakra did with your hair, you get your shampoo, you relax, So how do you, right now, what's some constructive advice? What should you go out and do to shake things back up? Feel like yourself, nails done, right? Hair toss, check your nails, how you feeling, get feeling good as hell, and get this person out of your hair, out of your vibe, right? We have the Two of Pentacles reversed. So they're like, one, you have to find your balance with business and pleasure. So some of you have just gone too much into pleasure and you're just out there trying to escape from thinking about this relationship. And some of you have gone way too into business. You're just like, oh, I don't have time. And I think that's a lot of you because we have the Lovers reversed. And so you're like, no, I don't have time for that. I'm busy. I'm working, all this kind of stuff. And it's like, no, you need to get your balance. You need to get your balance and let yourself have some fun. Or if you're having too much fun, let yourself handle your business. Okay, that's part of self-care. That's very practical self-care. But yes, go. Oh, yeah, she's Capricorn baby, and this Capricorn card. Handle your business. Go. Handle your business. Thank you. You let them see the selenite. Okay, so she says, thank you. Yes. So Lizzo says, we don't do advice. We don't do goodbyes. We just keep it pushing like yeah. Okay, so how can you keep it pushing, move forward in your life? We have the HemiLoah. So you guys have to do some spiritual cutting. This person's all up in your energy field. You're all up in theirs. It's too much. You got to cut the cords. You got to free this person. Some of you have magical work on this person, or you have them. I was actually seeing when I drew these cards, someone that has them like pinned onto their vision board, right? So all of that is magic. Doing extra prayers on someone, visualizing it in meditation, vision board, that's all different forms of magic. So you can't just look at one, turn your nose at one version of it and be doing it yourself, okay? So basically, it's like, and they're doing it too, you think so? I love how the earth sign baby's giving you the little lecture. Oh yes, those are beautiful seashells. So yes, free yourself, mermaid. She's got the seashells out. Free yourself and free them from having to be stuck in this soul connection, interwebs, netted up. You gotta let it loose, break it loose. Yes. Okay, because here's why. Lizzo says, new man on the Minnesota Vikings. Hey. So who is you? The new person coming into your life. We have the Seven of Swords. They're like, well, I'll tell you one thing. They ain't shady and shitty. I will tell you that much. Okay, they could be an air sign, Aries, Gemini, or Aquarius. But yes, they're like, you're not going to have to sit here and worry about walking through the landmine field, right? Like, remember that old school game on the computer when there was like solitaire and then there was that, Minesweeper? You're like trying not to make things blow up. You're not going to have to worry about that with this person. There's not going to be shady behind the scenes things. This person's going to be on the up and up, right? But you have to get out of that vibration. So you have to shake off that vibration of drawing in people who have deceit or are not honest. And that comes from finding that authenticity with yourself with the Lover's card here, right? Being able to look at all aspects and accept yourself, right? And go towards that dream of your life that you have, that you want. Okay, so Lizzo said, I don't play tag, bitch, I've been it. So what parts of yourself do you need to reclaim from before this person, from during this person, all the way along, where, sometimes we need to remember who we are. Like, I've been it. I've been having this energy. Let's see, the Death card. Like, look at this. Death card is so beautiful because they're saving them from death and helping to try to, undo some really negative stuff. So I feel like, no, thank you, baby. I feel like with, yeah. Thank you. So I feel like with this situation that, like, you're usually probably emergency crew for everyone else. You're usually, thank you, sweetheart. She wants to help. We're almost done. You're usually like saving everyone else, helping everyone else, nurturing. Like you know how to fix things. You know how to transform things. You know how to, glow up and handle the tough things and get true growth, right? Grow up in a way. And so don't forget that about yourself. It's kind of like you've been through worse and you didn't die. Like you were able to find happiness and growth. She's like, yes. Right? She said, dance. Careful. She likes sounds. So trust yourself, right? You've been it. You've been doing this. You've been the comeback kid. Trust yourself to grow and then look the tough things in the face that you haven't been willing to see, because you'll be able to help others as well from your transition and getting through what you're going through. So, of course, the most infamous line from this song that's trending and it's on memes everywhere, she says, I just took a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100% that bitch. Even when I'm crying crazy. So, this I talked about on each one because I didn't say at the beginning. This phrase comes from Black culture, Black women, right? So this is like a phrase, we're not usually able to express ourselves without being marginalized, stereotyped. Oh, you're being angry. Oh, you're being divisive. Oh, we can't even stand up, speak our opinion, defend our peoples, try to go for change, our rights, whatever, right? And so it's kind of that bitch is how it was always, used coming up. It's like, okay, fine, I'm that bitch. Like someone's trying to gaslight you, they're trying to take your power. Well, I guess I'm 100% that bitch then, right? Because I'm going to be heard. I'm going to stand in my power. I'm going to be who I am. I'm going to be empowered. And I'm just going to shine. I'm not going to shrink, right? And so it's this like powerful statement. And it's very important with trending slang to put some respect on the communities where it came from, right? Okay? Yes. That's right, baby. Co-signed by Baby Magic. Okay? So, where is it in your life that you're like, you know what? I'm 100% that, and it's good, and I'm rocking it and owning it. Let's see. The Eight of Wands reverse. For some of you now, it's letting go of your temper. So some of us need to step into our fire, and some of us just like, you know what? I'm tired of having pop off. I'm tired of you triggering me. I'm gonna be, smooth. I'm just gonna let this roll off, right? And I feel like a lot of you're gonna be so smooth. You ain't even gonna answer them. What? Did someone address you? What? Did you get a troll on your video? You don't even see it, right? You can't see them. They can't see you. Can't see the haters. Careful. She's just playing with these little seashells, y'all. It sounds way worse. Like nothing's breaking or anything. And they're from like the ocean, so they're not as fragile as they seem. Yes, so that is for you. Reclaiming, sorry, RIP headphone users though, actually. Reclaiming yourself. The fact that you don't always have to speak on something. You don't have to go out there and disclaimer your reputation and argue what they're saying about you, this ex and all this kind of thing. You can be smooth. You can curb the inbox. You can block them. This can be blocking messages, refusing to hold those conversations that no longer serve you, taking people off so they can't see your information. They don't need to know your every thought. They don't need to know what's going on in your life, your plans. This is Mercury and Sagittarius. Like, you know what? No. Like, you guys want that? No, I'm not going to give that to you anymore. I'm going to speak and communicate to those that have value in me. And that's how I'm 100% that bitch. So, that is your reading. Thank you for coming through. Comment down below how you feel about the reading, what's going on with you. Check out the video. I love it. Put it on repeat. Check out the rest of Lizzo's album. And please send it to a friend that you can get hyped with and watch the video. And I'll talk to you soon.